Good morning. How you doing? Quick shot of the sun. Look at that. Freaking beautiful. Lovely day. Sip of coffee. We'll get things going. Cheers. Look at that. That's my old dog. Someone very special gave me this mug. A very special gift. I love it. Man, so today, Passport Jiu-Jitsu. That's what the channel's called. Kurt, you talk about everything. You talk about, traveling, jiu-jitsu, and emotional stuff. That's right. So some of the benefits of jiu-jitsu. Man, I was just thinking this morning, I've seen, I don't know what I'm going to do with the dogs, man. It's just part of living in Central America. I've seen so many people come in and they are fat, they are big, they are gorditas, and man, only after like 3-4 months of going at least, I'd say at least 3 times a week, and you see these transformations of these people. God, the sun is so bright, and it is I tell people 2 things when they start. And I said, it's impossible to not get better as long as you show up. Look, I know you're a white belt and you're probably getting killed, and you have this. I went to a Muay Thai class recently, and when when you're good at one martial art, there's kind of something in your brain that thinks you're good at another one. But I went to that class and I realized how little I know about striking and how terrible I am at striking. Just based on the little feedback I got from that one class. And 2 things that happen when you start jiu-jitsu. It's impossible not to get better as long as you keep showing up. And it's impossible to not get in better shape as long as you keep showing up. And as long as, your diet isn't just, hamburgers and chips and soda pop all day long. I have seen some incredible transformations of people. I gotta, man, this sun is killing. And what does that do for us? Man, the confidence, especially, man, I was chubby my whole life. I got in shape before jiu-jitsu, just working out on my own. Oh man, the confidence when you've kind of been a thick person or maybe a really big person your whole life, and you finally are achieving the results that you always had in your mind, that you always saw out there of other people. Those ideal body images that you wanted to have, and you finally get that. Man, does that feel good? It probably brings tears to your eyes. I know for me it did. I remember the first time I had a full 6-pack, visible 6-pack. I was like, dude, I did it. I freaking did it, and that was a big moment in my life. I had been, I ate, like I said in the other video, man. Eating and food was the first comfort I had, was the first mother I had. I was birthed to a woman, but food was my first comfort in my chaotic home. And so that, that showed in the way I looked. And so, man, the first time, I think I was like 33 or 34 and had that first 6-pack. Man, that is a good feeling. That is a good feeling. So I've seen incredible transformations of people coming to jiu-jitsu. I've seen people just, uncoordinated, clumsy, lunky, whatever you want to call it. And they especially once they get, if someone gets their blue belt, like they got some skill. They got some skill. They know how to do some things. Like, man, yeah. And when you roll against them, and you remember rolling against them when they were brand new, and you roll against them, maybe they go to the the evening class and you go to the morning class, and so you don't see each other very often. And then they've been going for a while, and you go against them, and man, they bring you the business. They put it on you. You still give it to them too, but man, it's tough. They got good. They're fast. They're quick. They hit submissions, and man, it makes me so proud of seeing people, because when they do that, you know that's just building their confidence too. And I think everyone knows if you know, martial arts is a confidence booster. But man, I think it's really something extra with you know, striking, like legit striking. Look, I'm not dissing on karate, but it's a lot of like form movements. It's a lot of, you know, unless you're doing like actual sparring. I think most of karate is just doing the forms and the combos, and it's still good. It's still good. It's still better than nothing. But like doing like actual like legit martial arts that wears you the F out, judo, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, you know, if you're doing like a full, you know, if you're doing at a mixed martial arts academy, of course, wrestling, man, the confidence booster that is, when you have command over your body and you know you can apply it if a violent situation comes up. Hopefully it never does. Hopefully no one ever gets into that situation, but you can handle yourself if things get messy in life. You know, if someone, you know, if an unsavory character comes to you, you know, you know, my suggestion is always get the hell out of there, run, get out of there, you know, especially if there's a knife or a gun involved. You know, there's, you know, I got robbed in Guatemala, and twice, and they just wanted the phone. It was over in like 5 seconds, and they come upon you very surprising. And here's the first thing: when those situations happen, your body is going to react how it reacts: fight, flight, freeze, fawn. So my body is kind of like a freeze type, and so I just like gave him the phone, and then it was over. And then I had a coworker, because it was my work phone. The first time it happened was my work phone, and I had a coworker say, he's like, man, I don't know how I would sit there. Like I couldn't. Like I was like, and I was like, Clint, and you'd probably be dead. You know, you'd probably be dead if you're. And look, that's great. Look, natural selection. Every one of these, you know, types, fight, flight, freeze, fawn, has got them, has let their bloodline continue. And those are survival techniques, and they work, they're effective. But not always. You know, freeze doesn't always work, fight doesn't always work, fawn doesn't always work. Bad things happen sometimes, you know, and you can't predict that. But I was like, Clint, you'd be dead, you know, because the first one to happen, the dude had a gun, so he flashed it to me, and I was like, take the phone, you know, I please take my phone, give me my life. And but in other situations, when, you know, maybe you're at a bar, you're at a nightclub, just some things pop off and you can't get out, and you just randomly get involved, you know, just by some unluck, and you know, you got to handle your business, man. I'm telling you, having some jiu-jitsu, having some Muay Thai, having some judo, that's gonna put you an edge over 98% of the world's population, as Joe Rogan says. And it's fun. Like, I wanted to make this video. I'm going off on different tangents, but I want to make it, you know, reasons to give jiu-jitsu a try. But it's fun, man. You know, like, I've done, you know, I was in the Army, I've done the running, I've done the cardio, I've done, you know, everything there is to do to stay in shape. And jiu-jitsu, for me, is the funnest way to exercise. It is the funnest way to get a sweat. Like, I got a friend in Germany. He's like, oh, I've been trying to get him to class. We were in Thailand together, and I was like, hey, let's go to a class. He's like, I don't want like other guys sweating on me. Like, look, if you got a thing like that, look, I get it, you know. And he's a good looking guy, you know. He exercises, lifts weights, so but I'm telling you, man, I've had someone's like sweat drip on me once, I think, in the 4 years I've been training. Like on my face, which it's gross, you know, it's gross. But hey, look, you're a sweaty mess all over each other. You get used to it. I'm telling you, it is the funnest exercise, the funnest way to stay in shape I've ever experienced. I love it. I feel like I was born for it. You know, I wrestled it as a kid and really enjoyed wrestling. except train, man. Wrestling practice, wrestling training, man, that is hard as hell. It's why I think it's why those Dagestani guys in the UFC are so successful, man, because that is rough, man, and that keeps you in just amazing shape, and it builds discipline like nothing else. But I like jujitsu. It's a little bit funner. You know, it's hard training. It's very tough. I'm exhausted when I leave class, but there's just a little bit more fun element to it. So give jujitsu a try. Find a school. You know, maybe you just start with that. Look up local schools around you. Maybe watch some Instagrams, man. There's some great stuff out there. Watch some videos. Look up some famous jujitsu practitioners. Look up some famous matches. Gary Tonin versus Husamar Pahares. Cade Rutolo versus Andrew Tackett, which was at the Craig Jones International recently. Some people say that is the best fight, the best jiu-jitsu match ever. That is just constant action back and forth. Look up some Gordon Ryan fights. Man, there's just so many out there. Combat jiu-jitsu, that's another one where palm strikes are allowed once the fight moves to the ground. That's a very interesting idea, interesting element developed by Eddie Bravo. Give it a shot, especially, man, especially if you've been, you've been doing the cardio, you've been doing the running, you're like, I'm doing it, I'm just gritting my teeth through it. It's already the end of February. Maybe your New Year's resolutions, they're starting to slip. You're starting to, man, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to get on the treadmill and run again. And try something else. Throw in some jiu-jitsu to the mix. Check out a class. See what it's like. I'm telling you, when you're on a treadmill, when you're on a elliptical by yourself with your headphones in, look, it's great. I love listening to podcasts, love listening to music, but you can get the same exercise plus the social element, plus making new friends, and building and being part of a community, which is so huge, especially if you're traveling, especially again if you've just had a crappy childhood, a chaotic, hellish childhood, where maybe because of that, you internalize that the world and people are not safe. Hey, me too. That was me for a long time. I loved to isolate. I loved to stay inside, smoke my weed, play my video games for the longest time, and that was safe to me. But the world is full of good and honest people, friendly people that want to help. And jiu-jitsu is a way to find them. It's a great way to find them. So go out and find one. Find a class. And if you're in any type of like medium, even small cities, but medium to large sized cities, all around the world have them. But even some small cities, like when I go back to Minnesota and travel, and I go up north. I mean, even I'm surprised some of the small towns that have a jiu-jitsu school. Check it out. I challenge you. I challenge you to do that. So getting in shape, again, the transformations I've seen people have, going from just, Stay Puft Marshmallow Mans to, down to like, man, what happened to you? Where's the old guy? Or girl. I've seen so many good transformations, the confidence builder of the skills and the command you have over your body. And look, it's fun. It is fun. It's fun cardio, it's fun exercise, it tones your body, it builds strength, it builds cardio, sharpens your mind, because it's like a chess match. It's like a human chess match. You can tell how, look at my tone, look how passionate I get about this versus my other videos. I love to talk about all the different things I've talked about, but man, you can tell jiu-jitsu really does it for me. So go out there, find one, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think about jiu-jitsu. If you end up trying a school, put it in the comments. And man, go have a great day. It's Saturday. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.